Section 10 of the Central Goods and Services Tax Act, Composition Levy. Section 10 of the Central Goods and Services Tax Act deals with the composition levy, which allows eligible registered persons to pay a reduced rate of tax instead of the standard GST based on their turnover. Here are the key points detailed in the section. A registered person whose aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year is up to 50 lakh rupees can opt for the composition levy. This limit may be increased to a higher amount, up to 1.5 crore rupees, by government notification based on recommendations from the GST Council. The tax rate under the composition levy is structured based on the nature of the supplier. Manufacturers, 1% of turnover in the state or union territory. Certain suppliers of services, 2.5% of turnover. Other suppliers, 0.5% of turnover. There are conditions attached to these rates, and the government can stipulate additional restrictions. Registered persons choosing this option may supply services, provided the value does not exceed 10% of their turnover or 5 lakh rupees, whichever is higher. Excluded from calculating turnover for eligibility are exempt supply values, example interest from loans. Those opting for this scheme must not be engaged in supply of non-taxable goods or services. Make interstate outward supplies. Supply through an e-commerce operator required to collect tax at source. Be manufacturers of goods or services as specified by the government. Be a casual taxable person or a non-resident taxable person. The option to pay under this scheme lapses if the registered person's turnover exceeds the specified limit in any financial year. Persons availing of this scheme cannot collect tax from their recipients, nor can they claim any input tax credit on their purchases. If it is found that a person has opted for the composition levy despite being ineligible, they may face penalties and be subjected to provisions concerning tax determination. For the purpose of this section, aggregate turnover includes all supplies made by the person from the beginning of the financial year to when they become liable for registration, with exemptions for certain supplies. This section establishes regulatory measures to ensure compliance and proper implementation of the composition levy for eligible taxpayers. Overall, Section 10 is designed to simplify GST compliance for small taxpayers, allowing them to remit tax at a lower rate under specific conditions, while also protecting the tax base by imposing restrictions on who can take advantage of this scheme.